any kind of trauma you have in your family, any kind of deaths, or any kind of wrong feeling, wrong notion that you're getting from your own near about yourself can lead to some kind of disturbance in your body. As you already know, there are so many changes in the environment. So these toxins actually cause some kind of change in your body ratio and leads to diseases. Understanding Siddha. Now we will start with our basic topic: how Siddha deals with any kind of diseases, or particularly musculoskeletal diseases, and how holistically it treats you. So it is one of the most oldest Indian traditional practice. Manuscripts shows that it is more than 10,000 years old, and it is gaining popularity because of its holistic treatment. It comes from the word chitti. When people read the manuscripts from the in Tamil Nadu, it comes from the word chitti, which means that people who were there, like Siddha means Siddhakars, the people who used to do meditation, they attained the perfection, eternal bliss. So the Siddha has generated from them. Siddha means like people, Rishi Muni, you can call them in a more general way. Those people who attain that Siddhi to treat people comes under Siddha. Now it stresses more on your healing and overall wellness of your body rather than treatment, which is a difference in the part of your allopathic treatment. Okay, so you can see healthy isn't a goal, it's a way of living. So it's Siddha is a way of living. See, pain and all these things will be a part of your life throughout your existence, but how to take it into a positive sense and to work on it is Siddha. So it provides preventive, promotive, curative, rehabilitative, and rejuvenative through its policies. Now, according to Siddha, what can be the causes of disease? It's actually, Ayurveda and Siddha go parallel. Parallel in sense, both are from long, long years back, and both have been accepted in the Ayurveda has been accepted as compared to Siddha more. But still, if you read them clearly, they have got the same concepts which are running through the systems. Like in case of Siddha, the three life factors of should be in equilibrium: the Vatham, Pittam, and Kabam. Okay, so these are the life factors. You can call them doshas. Vatham is in your childhood, Pittam is in your adulthood, and Kapam is in your aged old. This is the Siddha process. The Ayurveda goes the reverse form. Like they consider Kapam in the childhood and Vatham in your adulthood. Pittam remains the same in the adulthood. So, but basically the thing is, these life factors or the doshas should be in equilibrium. Any change in these leads to some kind of disease, maybe a heart disease or any kind of other disease. So which factors lead to such kind of diseases is dietary. Any type of diet which you are following and not according to your body systems can lead to such change. Anyhow, nowadays people are all eating outside. What junk we all are eating is actually causing a lot of disruptions in our body. Then your lifestyle, as we already mentioned, people are sitting in front of laptops for a longer duration. They don't want to go for walks or gyms or do any kind of yoga, so their lifestyle is getting disturbed. People are skipping their meals because of their meetings they have to attend in their offices. We all are aware about all those things. So lifestyle change, imbalances in that can cause disease. Emotional, any kind of trauma you have in your family, any kind of deaths, or any kind of wrong feeling, wrong notion that you're getting from your own near about yourself can lead to some kind of disturbance in your body. Environment, as you already know, there are so many changes in the environment. So these toxins actually cause some kind of change in your body ratio and leads to diseases. Genetically, it is transformed from your body, from your ancestrals to you. Genetically, some suppose rheumatoid arthritis, if your family, anybody from your family is having, it will be transferred to you or maybe any of your siblings, or not to you, to your next generation. Diseases like hypertension or diabetes, if they are genetically going into your ancestors, might come to you also. Basically, these factors are causing a little bit disruption in your natural balance. So in Siddha, we practice ancient healing ways like Nadi Vadyam and Marma Chikitsa. Marma Chikitsa is there in Ayurveda also. So basically, what are Nadis in Siddha is they are energy channels which flow throughout your body, and in that electric current is passing, like pranic energy throughout the body. When gets harmed or gets broken down at any place, can lead to some kind of disease. So if somebody has read among you traditional Chinese therapy, these nadis can correspond to the meridians. They tell them meridians which is running throughout your body. We call them the nadis, those which are running throughout your body. So basically, they facilitate the energy levels in your body. Doshas, like restoring the natural equilibrium of doshas, are the same, Pittam, Kabam. So when we talk about healing in Siddha, Siddha works on equilibrium of these doshas. So these doshas, Kabam, Pittam, these doshas, Siddha tries to stop them and get your body into a harmony. Like how they do it, they helps in purifying the body as to what toxins are accumulated in the body with different kind of pressures which we apply externally. We give some kind of medicated oils or any kind of treatment which we'll cover a little bit ahead. They try to clear all those toxins from the body. So in this way, we can harmonize whatever energy is flowing through your body, and any disruption, we can clear those knots. They are basically called as knots. If somebody must have heard about myofascial trigger points. So those in allopathy we call them that, and in Siddha we call them knots. So you can feel those knots while touching. The healers or the persons who are doing the Siddha, they feel those knots, and with the pressures they clear those knots. So what the feeling is, these knots actually are causing the blood flow in the forward area to be stopped. So they are the disruptions. With the pressures and with any kind of other therapy, we clear those knots for a good flow of energy. So some Siddharths believe that human energy system has got some kind of auras. You can see the 7 layers of auric system which is coming out from the human body. So these auras, it is felt like that electromagnetic field is there. 3 main nadis which they corresponds to the spinal column of us, like the backbone of ours is considered as the 3 main nadis, and they have specific functions like psychological also and psychic centers, which are known as the chakras. So what are these chakras? These are the places which take the information throughout your body. They work as conductors. They take this electromagnetic current throughout your body, transforms that information to different areas and treats you. So wherever there is a hindrance, these nadis carry the current, and if there is a blockage, they get collected over there. So with the pressures, those are cleared, and then the information is carried to different areas of your body and heals you by that pattern. I know everybody knows it. If there is a knot, the other areas start getting less of supply of oxygen, less of supply of blood, because blood only carries the nutrients as well as carry your waste products, the oxygen to the areas. So then we start having the pain. This is the basic theory behind what Siddha follows. Now at Chakrasiddh, what we do is we don't follow single pattern to treat you, but it is a holistic pattern, a holistic approach to wellness. So we take a multimodal approach of different, as we already mentioned earlier, there are different type of alternative modalities which are used throughout the world for different kind of diseases. For at Chakrasiddh, we follow different multimodal approaches together to make you better, depending upon the severity, depending upon the duration, depending upon the area where the disease is. We use such kind of approaches like manipulative and body-based therapies, in which we manipulate the body by certain procedures which we follow in Siddha. Energy sessions, as I already mentioned you, Dr. Sindhuja does those energy sessions. Therapeutic touch means the touch and the clearance of those knots heal you. The healers heal you by that. And mind-body techniques, utilizing the yoga exercises, by dietary modifications. These are all things which we hold together to treat you. So first comes the manipulative and body based therapies, which is basically used for all musculoskeletal diseases. Because see, if you have a disease at one point, very clearly the pain will be at one place, but you can consider the disease might be at another point. I mean, like the knots can be some other at other some place, and it leads to the pain to some other point. Okay, so Siddha, what we do is we manipulate the body, we manipulate your bones, not only including at one area but whole area. Like suppose if you have pain in your hands, okay, so according to Chakrasid, we don't do only the hands. The point can be there in any portion of your hand. It's like in any part of your arms, it might be there in the shoulder, it might be there in your neck. So we will do complete neck till hands. We will clear all the points, because any point can lead to pain in your wrist region or in your hand region. Like suppose if you have sciatica pain, okay, so sciatica nerves travels from your lower back to the ankle region. The point can be there at any place in your sciatic nerve which it is pressing. Okay, so we clear from the lower back region to your ankle region. Everything will be manipulated. We will put pressures on all the areas to ease out the pain, so that those knots are cleared and you start getting the ample supply of nutrients. Blood supply is manipulated, then ample supply of oxygen is there to make your pain lesser and to gain more flexibility in those joints. The next is the energy and the therapeutic therapy. Like you can tell it as an energy session. Therapeutic touches all the healers. They feel that any aura is there around you, any positive aura or a negative aura, and they work on it. Now, how they work on it is the energy session. Like Dr. Sindhuja, she feels whenever she sees a person, she feels yes, it's a positive aura or a negative aura. So she determines that if it is a negative aura, patient might need energy sessions which will work on making them more that positivity from inside. Okay, so the positivity will be cleared from inside also as well as from outside. So it influences your energy system. Any disturbance in the energy system can lead to some kind of physical problems. When this, as I already mentioned earlier also, that energy whenever disrupted can lead to some kind of disease in your body. It might be psychological also, it might be because of any trauma to your family, you feel disrupted, or any known person, if he wants to harm you in any way and thinks bad about you, it is accumulated in you in the form of knots. So she works on those knots to clear those knots and give you pain free life. Your disturbed state of mind can be cleared by that and give you a harmony in your life. So as the last sentence already tells you, that it is not visible. Okay, it is not visible from the outside, but the patient, if you see the patient, the people around you might feel that yeah, you feel much more positive, you're more smiling, there is a feeling of goodness in you. You know, those are the output in the more tangible and visible form. Like your pain reduces, you are more rejuvenated, your skin sparkles when such energy sessions have been done for you. So it's a way of living. So mind and body techniques, as all nowadays people are getting aware as to what dietary instructions should be there, yoga, meditation, these things are incorporated into your body nowadays. Now at Chakrasit, we detoxify you. The reason being, it clarifies your mind, your body, toxins are removed, it de-stresses you. Any kind of diseases are there, maybe can be cleared by detoxification also. Like liver diseases are there, you know, some kind of liver disease might cause other pain related, like in autoimmune you have in like rheumatoid arthritis. Okay, so diet plays a very important role in that. So detoxification can clear many of your impurities from the body and can make you physically more stronger. Yoga, meditation, they help you to strengthen the body. It gives you peace of mind and improves overall health of your body. Try to practice detoxification, yoga, meditation through your life. It will cure you from internal bliss. These are the dietary modification in Siddha. See, we give according to your disease condition, according to your blood groups. Also, some dietary will be told to you. So basically, what is food actually influences the doshas. As we already talked, life factors are there. So it actually affects your doshas. It might increase at any time. While treating at Chakrasid, we want all the patients to be sattvic, means vegetarian. Okay, so consideration is that non-vegetarian increases your inflammation levels. So when you're getting treated for musculoskeletal diseases, at least you don't want a thing which increase your inflammation level at your joint areas. Okay, so these are the category of foods, because you're having such kind of things which will make you more active, it will give more affection to the people. Tamas food is actually a negative aura it will give you. It will increase more of your anger, means the feelings which anxiety, emotional, you feel dull. So this is according to Siddha. It's not that everybody gets this, but it's just that earlier Siddhikars feel that these are the kind of food which can give you such personality traits. Okay, so importance is sattvic food always will keep you light. Like the food, if you incorporate into your daily life, will keep you more lighter, more juvenile. It give you more peace and calm in your body. Like examples I have already given you: rice, wheat, millets, cucumber, sesame. These are some kind of examples. You can also include cow milk in this. Paneer can be included in this. Rajasic food, it gives you more of activity, keeps your mind accumulated, every time active in that. So you can consider tur dal, chana dal, chilies, tamarind in the food. Now, tamas food increases heaviness in the body, gives you more dullness. What examples are there? Like onion, radish, especially buffalo milk if you're having potato. We include these things in your daily diet also. Reduce the quantity. That's what the Siddha tells you, because it can affect your personality traits.